Hello guys, how you doing? I remain Henry Frank, also known as Infotech Shocker. Uh, my basic aim of this YouTube channel, is to shock you with information within technology space. Today we'll be talking about something very awesome. Before we go into that, please don't forget to like our channel, subscribe to our channel, and if you have one or two comments or what you think we should do better, please don't forget to comment below. Okay, today we'll be talking about 10 powerful features to consider when buying a smartphone this year 2020. Everybody wants to use a smartphone, but one of the things that actually freak me when I want to buy a smartphone is the features. The features actually get me crazy. There are different kind of phones. If you go to a phone shop or a shopping mall where phones are being sold, you see different kind of phones, you see different kind of brands: Infinix, Tecno, Samsung, Apple phones, and all that. And each of these phones you've seen, they have different features. Okay, so these are the things we really need to look at. If depending on what you're going to use your phone for, I would advise, before you go out there to get a phone, check out these 10 powerful features. If you consider them, it will guide you in making the right choice when you want to buy a smartphone this year 2020. But before then, let's look at something. We should also look at in our day-to-day use of gadgets, we can't do with effective communication and up-to-date information. And that's one of the reasons behind us giving you this information about getting these features in your head, getting it down, reading. It will guide you on making your choice. So one of the powerful features you need to look at when going for a smartphone this year is memory and storage. Okay, understand that this is a powerful feature one must consider when making a choice for a smartphone this year, because the speed and the capacity of a store enough the speed and the capacity to store enough files depend on the kind of phone you get. Okay, there are people that are good in taking pictures. There are people that are good in storing videos. There are people that are good in storing one or two information, maybe files. And also, these are the things you need to consider before you get a phone. So the memory and the storage matters. Now we know that there are different kind of smartphones, the prices are different. So since phones are typically based on the memory size and the storage, that means you're getting somewhere in the ballpark of like 32 gig or 64 gig up to 2.4 gigahertz of memory and processor speed. So it's very important. So however, the choice is yours. Your choice should consider also the data hogging applications, because another thing you need to also consider is applications. There are smartphones with a lot of applications. There are smartphones that you need to download some kind of applications. There are smartphones that, if you're this kind of person that use a lot of apps to carry out different kind of things, you need a phone with a good memory and storage. The games also, you also need to consider the music, the videos, and all that. This can eat up your storage quickly, and so you need to go for something that has a better memory. So you find yourself bumping up into something that has to do with storage regularly, limits regularly, especially for gamers. You need to do yourself a favor, go for memory. Sometimes you also need to add this memory card, this micro SD slot, for expansion. Because if you're a gamer, if you someone that stores a lot of videos, if you're someone that stores a lot of music, there is a need for you to go for a phone with a good memory and storage. So also go for memory cards that can actually carry more of your files and all that, so that way you won't have to wrestle with applications and all that at all. So it's very important to look at your storage. You also look at your memory. Then the second powerful feature we're going to be looking at today is the display. The display. Also understand that there are phones that has LCD screen, there are phones that have LED screen, but you also look at it that LCD screen, that is liquid crystal display screen. LCD means liquid crystal display screen. So this screen resolution is one of the features you don't need to joke with. Me personally, I don't joke with it. And whenever I'm buying a new smartphone, in fact, as I speak, I'm looking forward to getting a new smartphone. But before I get in, I'm looking at these features. And in fact, one of the reasons behind me, posting it, because I know a lot of people out there want to get good smartphones. But the way I is it in my heart, I need to pass this information across. So the display is very important. I'll say this screen resolution is one of the features you must not joke with. It must have a high definition display with a good brightness, contrast ratio running on it clearly. Your color definition gives you the style to the screen pixel, especially when you're showing a new phone to your friends. A lot of girls, guys, they want to show off. They always want to show off that they are using a kind of good smartphone. You can't just start showing off nonsense kind of smartphone. If the display is not wow, you won't be able to sell well. They'll be looking at you as that your phone is somewhat safe. So go for something good. It's not as if screen guard is not good, but go for screen having like Gorilla Glass 5 and above. It go a long way helping you. So if you're going for a smartphone, also consider what? The display. Number 3 we're going to be looking at today is the battery and the charging. Very, very important. The battery and the charging. Never neglect this feature for any reason at all. The same way you can't go off track, especially a business person. You need to be in touch with clients. You need to be in touch with transactions. There is a need for you to consider this feature, battery and charging. Very, very important. Never neglect it. I know you don't want to be carrying chargers around. It gives me shame to carry it around. It doesn't make sense at all. So go for a smartphone with a good battery, and make sure it charges well. Think about epileptic supply in our country, Nigeria, today. So you need to start, considering a phone with a good battery. You can also consider using a power bank. You can still use it to charge your phone. Depending on what you do with your phone. So a power bank will also go a long way helping. And also we need to look at another point, very, very important. Before we go into that point, there is something I'm missing. If you need a good smartphone, consider a smartphone with a battery life of at least 4,000 mAh. 4,000 mAh. Take note of it. So as you're going to buy that phone, tell them what is the capacity of the battery. Ensure it's minimum 4,000 mAh. With that, you can be guaranteed that it can last for at least a day or two, and then, or even more, depending on what you use your phone for. So these are the things you need to consider. Also, we're also going to look at another important, powerful feature, and that is the quality of your camera. The quality of your camera is very important for you to know that. Yes, because you want to capture the moment of your lives. I know a lot of girls will like this area when they go phone shop. They want to buy a phone, the smartphone. They look at the camera. Some will go for a phone with 13 megapixels. Some will go to something higher. Some will even go with something 24 megapixel. Some even 48 megapixel, depending on. But the higher the pixel, the brighter, the clearer, the better the quality of the camera. So it's very cool when you want to buy a phone, you consider the quality of the camera. Go for something good, and also go for something that even in the night you can actually snap. You can actually take a snapshot and it will be as clear as anything. Okay, in the night, not because it's in the night, because in the night it will look so blurred. No. There are some good smartphones that even in the night you will not even know whether it was a night stuff. So these are the things you need to also look at. Then One of the powerful features you need to look at is the sleekness. Okay, in other words, the design. There are some phones that you really need to look at the sleekness. You know, they say the type of phone you carry defines you. It addresses you, the way you dress. It's just like what we said, the way you dress is the way you are dressed. So the kind of phone you use, kind of smartphone you use defines you. Okay, it's all about smooth design, the shape of the smartphone, as well as the color choice. Go for something stylish. Go for something sleeky. Let it have some swag. Let it just look. When people look at it, they will be calling your phone a sexy phone. I know you like that. So it's very important you go for something of that nature. And also another important feature we'll also be looking at today is security. Security is part of the bill for sure. Your phone need to have some advanced security. It should not just be the kind of phone we use now. You just press something asterisk, your phone will not lock. Somebody will not press it and it will open. No, 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 no. And it's not just putting pin. People can actually hack into that and all that. Go for something advanced. We have phones with facial unlock right now. We have phones with fingerprint sensor. We have phones with a lot of things. There are a lot of things, security measures that have been put into phone. The idea is just to protect from unnecessary access. There are some people that even have privacy on their different applications. You can actually secure your application such that nobody just go into your WhatsApp, nobody just go into your Twitter, nobody just go into your Facebook and just do one or two things. They are properly locked. Okay, so when you're going for a phone, go for something that has security. And also you also know that with a good smartphone and with a good security in it, nobody can just steal your phone. You can actually track whoever stole your phone, or whether it got lost or it got stolen. But if you have a good security measure on your smartphone, I can tell you nobody can actually hack into it. They also look at another important feature when buying a smartphone. The width of the phone, just like as we discussed. Number 5 is the sleekness. Okay, number 7 now is the width. You don't need to buy a phone that is like what will I call it, a desktop, a CPU that is heavy. No, 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 no. Go for something that's weightless. Buying a phone too heavy is a problem to your pocket. That's why they call it a phone, because you may need to walk around it every day. You have to be in your bag, so you need something that is sleek. There are good smartphones that are not that heavy, but once you use it, you will enjoy the bit of it. So it's very important you get a phone that the weight is less. It shouldn't be just like those days we used to have this Nokia 3310. Nobody uses that kind of phone again. Or maybe the security kind of phone. You can use a very sleeky and weightless phone, and then you enjoy it. 190 gram is not a bad idea. 200 gram is not a bad idea. So when you're going for a phone, one of the features you need to consider is the width. Then another point you need to also consider is the slot of the SIM. We are in a technology age, and that is why I'm here to shock you with information that has to do with technology. So the SIM slot is very important. We're in the age of dual SIM right now, and it has highly contributed to our decision making when buying smartphones. Some people want phone with 2 SIM. There are some phone with 3 SIM. There are some phone with 4 SIM slots. Is that shocking to you? True, there are phones with 4 SIM slots. So do well to get a phone with more SIM so that you can always switch. Maybe you're in a location, you can have an MTN SIM, Glow SIM, a Solar SIM, or 9 mobile SIM, or as it's being called, and you can have Airtel SIM. You're in a location and there is no network, there is no MTN network, but there is Airtel, very strong. You switch over. If you're in a location there is no MTN, there is no Airtel, but there is 9 mobile, you switch over there. So that is one of the things you need to consider now when buying a phone. Okay, so the SIM slot also matters. So when buying a phone, another point, the 9th point you're going to be looking at is the connectivity and the ports. Very, very, very important. Now check the network bands of the phone you want to buy. Check, is it a dual SIM? Is it a 4G phone? Is it a 3G phone? Is he a 5G phone? Can I shock you? 5G is already on ground, but not in Nigeria anyway. I think that's one of the things that we have been hearing the rumor that is the cause behind this COVID-19 that is ravaging everywhere globally. So we are living these G's. Mind you, the G means generation. So we are gone are the days where we've crossed 3G. Three generation, we are in the fourth generation already. In Nigeria we have 4G phones. In fact, some SIMs have moved to 4G. There are some phones that if your phone is a 3G phone and your SIM is a 4G phone, it cannot perform effectively. So you need to go for a 4G phone for it to perform effectively and efficiently. And then also we are also launched a 5G phone, but not in Nigeria. But we look forward to it maybe 2021 or so. But I don't know. But I know 5G already launched in a country like China, or is already there. In fact, it's in Wuhan already. So these are the things you need to consider. Consider the generation, the connectivity, the network bands, and also look at the micro SIM, the micro SD slot. You look at the USB port, the audio jack, the hotspot, the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth features. Very, very important. Bluetooth features, Wi-Fi, hotspots. Can you connect your phone with your laptop? Can you connect your phone with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 laptops? These are the things you should be able to consider when getting a smartphone. Very, very important. And then the final point of the feature we're going to be looking at today is the operating system. The operating system. Now let's put it in mind that the operating system is a big deal. Just like in laptops, we have Windows 7, we have Windows 8, we have Windows 10. Some those days, I think they have SP. Some are even going beyond that. So the operating system of a phone matters very, very, very honestly. So you also go check out what is the latest uh, operating system for a phone. If you buy an older phone, there's a good chance you'll be running out of software because they won't be able to do some update. Because if you have the latest operating system, you'll be getting the latest update on phones and all that. That is why buying a newer phone is always preferable to buying an older phone. To go for a phone that is sharp. If the phone you're looking for is already is already 2 software generations behind the OS, stay clear. So you can imagine when you have Android 9 running on your phone. Man, it's so sweet. Android 9 Pie running. So it's very important to go for something worth it. So these are the 10 features we're going to be looking at. So let me summarize them again by calling them by name. One, we said memory and storage. We also said the battery and charging. We also said the quality of the camera, the sleekness. We also talked about the security. We talked about the width. We talked about the SIM slot. We talked about the connectivity and ports. And then also we're talking about the operating system, the OS of the phone. So these are the key features you need to look in when you want to buy a smartphone this year 2020. Remember, the world is already a global village and the technology has taken over. The age you are in now is technology. So you need to go for phones that can actually help you sell well. There are some, business people, and like me, I'm a business person, and the kind of phone you use matters a lot. It matters a lot. So these are the things you need to consider, and I can assure you that when you go for a good phone and with all these features, I can guarantee you that the sky is the starting point. You will be connected, you'll be fully informed. So this is where we stop for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video. And if you have anything as a contribution to making this video go further, please don't do bad, but also do good by informing your friends. Also tell them about Infotech Shocker. Is how to give you information within the technology space. Thank you.